25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of my favorite places to go to in our area is Sholom Park over right on top of the world. It's just a really great place to go. I will say this, whether Summer Best is in the studio or not. I just like that place. It's a nice place to walk around, and so we're going to talk about something happening over there. Brian Devane is with Summer today. We're talking about something called Fun at the Park. Let's get Buggy. Buggy, Robin? Buggy. Let's get Buggy.
Buggy is with 2 O's. Buggy. Well,
at Sholom Park.
We gotta do a boogie event now. Summer. That's
Well, when you guys are in the house, everything's boogie.
Is it really? Hey, Summer. How you doing?
I'm good, Larry. How are you?
Haven't seen you in a while.
Well,
Last
you're
time-
gonna maybe see us even more in a couple weeks. I
Oh,
hope.
good. Because last time you were so hectic, like so much going on. We saw you at the park.
Yes, sir.
And your hands were filled, I guess, is the way to say that, right?
Yes, sir. We have been very, very busy at the park, particularly for these Fun at the Park events that we're going to talk about. So it's really fun when you see people you know at the park for Fun at the Park, because you're like, yay, you're here. Sorry, I can't. Gotta go.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened to us. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I think Robin's mother was with
Yes.
you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
My
Good for
mom.
you.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
loves that
Well, I hope
stuff.
you can come back out on October the 14th for the next event that we are talking about. So,
And
Yes,
say
sir.
hi to Brian.
Hello.
Brian is our superintendent.
The
of
soup
Sholom
superintendent.
Park. That means he has like the shirt to go with it. And if you see him out there, he's on the golden chariot. It's what we call the
Oh, no.
golden golf
golden
cart.
It's a golf cart?
That's right.
Yes. So if he tells you, ma'am, you are not allowed to bring that dog into the park, he does have the authority to say
Oh,
so.
okay. Yes. No
exactly.
dogs in the park.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, Brian brought a gift for you today. Has a little bit to
yes.
do with
A
our
gift?
Yeah, we're gonna let you guess what it is.
Oh, let me see.
Just guess. It may be related to this event.
Wait a minute. Is that poison ivy? oh, there's a bug in there.
They're 2 bugs of certain.
Oh, they're ladybugs.
They're ladybugs, yes, sir.
Well, how do you know they're not a man bug in there? How do you know that one's not a man? They're looking at each other like one might be the opposite of the other. They are definitely talking to each other.
They definitely are.
Let me show.
They're looking for bugs currently.
Can anybody see that?
Bugs to eat.
You can
I don't
hardly
know how
see.
close you have to get to focus on that.
Yeah.
That is so. I love ladybugs. We
It's-
had a lot of them where I was growing up, and I would just collect them all and put them in a big old cigar box. And then one day I had it on my dresser at home, and my mother came in the dust. She knocked it off, and all these ladybugs were all over. So
Just in the house. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
I love ladybugs. Look at them; they're so pretty.
So that's a clue for let's get Buggy.
That is a clue, yes. So, well, every time we do Fun at the Park, which is typically in October, February, and May, is sort of the theme we've been coming up with for the past going on 3 years now. We try to come up with a theme. So we've done, just different themes. We'll just go with that. So this time we're like, what can we talk about? Because at the park we're always trying to, as Brian would tell you, we're trying to conserve water and use less pesticides and so forth. And we thought, what are beneficial insects out there that we can think of? And so we thought, well, okay, ladybugs are perfect examples because they don't harm the environment and they eat aphids. And there are lots of other. What are the other?
Scale insects. They eat a lot of different of our pests that we would normally have to spray for. But
Is that right?
there again,
I have a vague memory. The lady who comes on Tuesdays to do the gardening show, Carol Ann Baldwin, I think she's told us that some people actually buy
Yes.
jars of ladybugs,
absolutely, to release in their gardens.
and they stick around.
They will.
Do you do that?
For a time? I have in the past.
would
I
be-
actually owned Kingswood Nurseries for many years, and
Oh,
we actually
really?
had brought in ladybugs to help control our aphids on our crepe myrtles.
UPS delivers them.
Absolutely.
They
UPS will
do?
deliver those. They do.
Can you order
Don't give
ladybugs?
away all of our secrets.
Next day.
Overnight delivery.
You don't want to go 3 or 4 days.
Like there's a guy who rents out butterflies. Have you ever heard of this guy?
I haven't heard of renting out butterflies, but bees.
They're refrigerated. And then they show up, and then they thaw them out, whatever, and then they fly away.
yeah,
Hopefully.
pretty amazing.
Like at weddings, people use them at weddings and
Yes,
stuff.
I have seen
I
that.
didn't know you could get them back, butterflies.
No, I don't think they come back.
Well, so we also determined other beneficial insects, and a few of them we can read off, and these will all be featured at our event on October 14th, in which we'll be happy to tell you. Where's your camera here? So if you have not already seen this, here, Vanna.
Vanna. You're Vanna.
There you go.
On Facebook and different social media or different places around town. Fun at the Park. Let's Get Buggy is the event on October 14th.
You have such a nice voice. She sounds so good in my headset. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Larry. I think we did this last time.
Oh, I like when you say my name, too.
Let's get Buggy. we only have a few more minutes here.
This is really nice because it's on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly.
And sometimes people look for places to go after church. And
Correct.
they can go there. They can grab lunch because you've got food trucks
Good
there.
food trucks, exactly.
And entertainment.
Exactly. So you walk in the door, you park your vehicle at Sholom Park. We'll have lots of people to help you park, both in the normal parking, which is mostly the regular parking you'd be used to is mostly for people who can't get around quite as well and so forth.
Kind of special needs parking.
Special needs parking. We have overflow parking, but you will see deputies with their flashing lights and so forth at the park on the road on 80th Avenue.
Yeah.
And so we have plenty of overflow parking. Just, be patient with everybody because we're going to have a very large crowd.
Yeah.
But get there at your leisure. We do open at 8 o'clock, but the event starts at 1 o'clock.
So you have displays of bugs.
Tons of displays, but if you want to come to hear music, we have live music as well. You're probably familiar with Macy Mack.
Yes.
The 14-year-old.
I thought you were going to say the Beatles would be there.
You know what? I had not even anticipated that. You know what? You got me again. No, sir. But she's the next one. She's the next one. Macy Mack is opening up on stage at 1 o'clock, and she's amazing. She was on America's Got Talent, made it through, was it season 13, I think, recently. So she's coming on, and of course you probably know Shima Shine.
Yes.
So Shine and the Shakers are coming on after that. So they'll play from 1 until 4 o'clock. 1 to 4, yes.
Nice.
I lose my numbers every now and then. And so we have music, and then yes, we have stations. We have 8 different stations lined up. You can go through and learn about.
Don't tell me the names, because I have something to say before you read the names of the bugs.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay. Has anybody ever said to you, do you know, and they'll name a language, like, do you know Spanish? Right? And if you don't know the language, just say, no, I don't know. And then they'll start saying words. You go, well, adios, I know that one. Yeah, you know something. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to know any bugs.
I think you might.
Oh,
Yeah?
I think you will.
Yeah?
And
I mean, if it's not
technically, this
roaches
isn't just
and ants.
beneficial bugs. This is
Beneficial
also beneficial
creatures.
Critters. Anything that
Oh,
helps.
okay. Okay. So let's see how many I know.
Pest control.
Robin, see how many you know.
Okay.
Earthworms.
Oh, we know
Oh,
that.
I know worms. Worms I know.
Your turn.
Praying mantis.
Oh, yeah. We
I know.
those too.
Well, I know more bugs than I realized. Okay.
Bats.
I know.
Oh, you're going to have bats.
Bats. Aren't they going to be a problem for the
Nice.
bugs?
Well,
Absolutely, the bats
eat
are going to
the
eat the
bugs.
bugs.
Oh, my
They eat the
gosh.
bugs.
We're-
They're eating the mosquitoes.
beneficial. Exactly.
Is the praying part of praying mantis spelled with an A or an E?
A.
Oh, it's an A. So it is praying.
Take over a praying stance.
Okay.
Those are amazing. Those are. We had to reach far and wide to get those as well.
That's right.
Birds.
Well,
We know birds.
I know birds.
And they eat insects.
They do. So, yeah, you're setting yourself up for trouble.
Yeah.
So
honeybees.
Oh, those are great. I
Pollinators.
love watching them.
Right, the pollinators. We're going to have Chappie.
that'd be a great name for a
What are
band, wouldn't it? The
chappies?
Pollinators.
The pollinators.
Would that be a great name for a band? just don't nominate them for the Supreme Court. Get in trouble with that name.
Oh, every conversation has to come to this right now. Okay. Lizards.
Oh, you said chappies, though.
Yes.
What are chappies?
Oh, there's one I don't know. Yeah.
Chappie, who called in one of the times we had this this talk. Chappie
had?
McChesney. He does Chappie's bees. He's our honey bee.
Oh,
expert.
that's not the name of a bug. That's a guy. Yeah. Okay.
That's
I
a
do
guy.
remember that.
We'll
Okay.
actually have the bees there so that people can see in a functioning hive.
Will he be dressed up in the costume and have the
Possibly.
bees come on him?
Oh.
No,
Oh, I thought you meant his
I
bee
understand
costume.
that the beekeeper costume he has, but the bee costume, he was telling us something has happened to it, and it's no
Oh,
longer
okay.
available. So,
Well, plus it's really, really hot.
absolutely.
yeah.
Are you going to show any movies at all?
Maybe the bat. The Luby Bat Conservatory. Have you heard of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're coming.
They're,
Really,
they
really
will be
excited
there to
about
talk
that.
about the bats,
Yes.
and they're
It's wonderful.
I was thinking about a bee movie would work.
No, we just can't be serious
Isn't,
anymore.
isn't there a movie called The Bee Movie?
How about I've heard
There
of
is,
B-roll.
there is. B-roll, absolutely.
Are you going to have the experts on the insect habitats as well, so we know what to look for where we're out somewhere?
So the University of Florida, I'm sure you're familiar with IFAS. They will be their master gardeners. I think Maxine Hunter, you're probably familiar with her with IFAS.
Okay.
I picked up up the phone, and you know how busy they are over there with extension. And I emailed her, and she said, "Give me like 5 minutes." And she said, "I have 5 to 6 volunteers right now. We want to be there."
Wow.
So they'll have our stations there, bringing frogs as well. And if I know Maxine, she'll probably have her snake, which I steer away from. As she has, what kind of snake was that?
She has a snake.
Corn snake, I believe.
Corn
A
snake.
corn snake.
But everybody will. She'll be fine. It'll be safe. But
Yeah,
corn
but you
snake-
have snakes there because Larry and I walk around there a lot. We saw a couple snakes slithering
They're the
over
good snakes.
They are.
part of the environment. The
That's right.
pathway.
So-
We have
Yeah.
quite a few
Yeah.
of them.
What else?
So-
What else? Like wanders onto the property when we're not there?
Well,
Do
we
you
have
have deer?
lots of rabbits. We don't have any deer.
Oh, you do have rabbits, yeah,
We
yeah.
have rabbits. We've seen armadillos. Currently, there's a group of about 21 turkeys,
yes.
that enjoy coming out in the morning and feeding in the fields.
They don't know it's almost Thanksgiving.
That's right. It's getting awfully close. The squirrels, of course, we've got an overabundance of squirrels.
Squirrels are so fat in New York City. Have you ever seen them? Everybody feeds them. They're so fat.
Wow.
Like the pigeons. They can't fly. They're
Like
so
me.
fat. Yeah, like me too. Yeah. I do the same thing. I put my head back and forth and people feed me.
Right. Absolutely.
Are butterflies classified as an insect?
Yes.
Lend that to you.
Oh,
And they're-
okay.
Yes, and again, we have a large butterfly population, and really a lot of people come out and enjoy photographing those.
Yeah, because you got special gardens set up all over the property.
Absolutely.
And you have hands-on all the time because you're always inspecting everything to make sure it's just perfect.
Yeah, we've got gardens that are set up specifically for the butterflies. We've got pollinating plants. We also have feeder plants that are there. And we're in the process over this next year of increasing our butterfly gardens.
In the water, too, that provides such ambiance where you have the streams and the bridges.
Absolutely. The streams and the bridges, also the large pond where the koi live, with the fountains running in that gives a beautiful sound and a nice backdrop to the area.
And it smells good. When you walk down a path,
And the ginger
Absolutely.
garden and so forth.
Right
Yeah.
now, the ginger, we've got a lot of ginger that are in bloom, and that's
Really?
really fragrant.
So let me tell you about the ladybugs. The ladybugs. You asked about people buying them and shipping them.
yes.
So this is the really cool part, especially for families, and actually we've had just as many requests from adults. There will be, hopefully, or I think the highlight of the event is for people to come and get the opportunity to turn loose and be a part of the ladybug release.
Oh.
And so way more than 2 ladybugs. We're going to give, again, I thought it was just going to be kids, but I have a feeling adults will have the opportunity as well to come with us in 3 different sessions and get a little cup and be able to scoop.
Full of ladybugs.
Get a little cup full of ladybugs and come to the
Really?
formal garden and release the ladybugs at Sholom Park.
A cup full of
A
ladybugs.
cup full of ladybugs,
Oh,
yes,
how
and watch
fun.
them. And it could be that depending on the temperature and so forth, they may immediately jump on the plants, or they may go, "We want to fly away." We don't know, but you'll be able to let them crawl over your hands and so forth. And I am not the kind of person who really enjoys
You don't like bugs?
bugs in general. I usually get kind of itchy and stuff. But ladybugs can crawl all over me, and I just love them. And they're just cute. What's not to love about a
See,
ladybug?
I have a theory about cute, okay? Look, ladybug is in the roach family, right?
They're beetles. I don't know if is that the roach family. I don't.
Not that I knew of.
See, I studied journalism. I don't.
Okay, okay.
We'll go with okay.
Larry's theory. We'll have to Google that later.
My theory is about cute. We love ladybugs because they're cute, right?
Right. Yes.
But we don't mind killing a roach
No.
or even a
See,
beetle.
now I don't like to think they're related.
That's right.
And that's that. So okay, so I'm in my
That's a good point.
I'm in my garage, right? And I'm going to back out the car. And there's a frog, a cute frog. And I'm thinking, oh man, I got to get the frog. I don't want to squish him. But I see a roach. I don't care. I'm backing up. If I squish him, who cares?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You're right.
There's 1,000 to replace him.
They come a cute little bunny rabbit, right? Compared to a hairless rat,
Yeah.
right? So they're like the same animal, basically.
It's just the PR.
It is PR. That's good.
You are also saying that people can come in a buggy costume.
Sure.
But no face mask.
Yeah, we just don't want people to have face masks these days. Although,
Yeah.
there's something I'm going to show you in a minute. But if we could, no masks.
Something you're going to show us.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's a
This is a good time when you say you have something to show us.
forgot 'cause you got me so
Following
distracted, yeah.
no face masks. What do you
It's
got?
always a little bit
This is why we have a camera.
That's right. For these.
Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Can we get
Did
those
you make
there?
them?
I'm not allowed to tell.
Oh, okay.
Are you straining your eyes right now?
This is so neat. I love that. That is so great, Summer.
She is straining her eyes.
There was one more thing, too.
What is it? Can you see through that?
Have you learned about the cows?
Yes, we have your press release, and we put it on our Facebook page.
No, I don't know.
This is pretty cool.
Tell Brian.
Robin must have read it. I didn't read that.
Yeah,
That's a pretty picture.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's a nice photograph, yeah.
So, yeah, we're having our upcoming Leaf series, which follows the Friday following.
Free admission also.
Free admission also.
I like those classes.
It is on the cows of Sholom Park, or actually Circle Square Ranch, which surrounds Sholom Park.
So this would be Mr. E.L. Strickland's daughter. E.L. Strickland, of course, has been at Circle Square Ranch since probably his birth, and he manages all the cattle out there. So if you've ever driven by on top of the world and wondered all about those cows, these are the cows. People go, those are my cows. They live outside my back porch or whatever.
Oh.
So if you've ever wondered about that and want to know, how old are the cows, when are the babies going to be born, and so forth, Mr. E.L. and his daughter Jennifer are going to talk about them. And if you live out that way, you know what this is all about. If you don't live out that way, maybe it means nothing to you. But anyway, Leaf series on the 19th.
That's on the 19th,
the 19th at 10:30. You're welcome
Nice,
to come.
nice,
So
nice.
anyway,
We've seen the cows out there even when we came out for the 4th of July. We
Yeah,
saw the
yeah, yeah.
cows
Yes.
and
Yes.
yes.
the field
Cows
and
love the
everything.
fireworks.
And sometimes cows bring bugs, and sometimes they bring the bad bugs. So we're hoping to get more beneficial creatures.
The good bugs, and that's the whole purpose of the good bugs, is to get rid of the bad bugs?
Yes,
That's exactly
or
right.
the good creatures.
And a
yes.
bad bug is bad because it, what?
Feeds on the plant.
Or the creatures. So mosquitoes,
feeds on the
say mosquitoes
Oh.
spread
Oh,
encephalitis.
gosh, I hate
from-
mosquitoes.
We can't find a good reason for mosquitoes.
No, it's the one. They say you get one question for God when you die.
Why?
That's
why,
mine.
Why the mosquito?
Why mosquito?
Yeah, he's going to say, do you know how many people ask me that? I'm gonna say,
That's
"Oh,
the
man.
one question, really.
I hate to not be, I hate to be unoriginal.
Love bugs.
Oh,
The
yeah.
other one that I would question.
There's got to be. Well, it keeps people in business who have car washes, maybe.
That's
I have a
absolutely.
story about love bugs.
I do have a love bug story.
Yeah.
You want to hear my love bug
Yeah, I
story?
really
We
do.
would love to.
I've lived in Florida long enough to know love bugs, right? And I tell you that to tell you this. We went to, what do you call it, Disney Springs?
Springs.
And they have a Coca-Cola place in Disney Springs. On the top floor, it's open. It's an open-air bar where they serve Coca-Cola and they serve liquor as well. So we wanted to get the samples. Do you know the samples? The 16 samples
Okay, no.
of
Non-alcoholic.
Coca-Cola
Right.
products from around the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got them. And we're walking to our seat, and the people were just panicking, freaking out over
Yeah,
the love
those
bugs.
children were screaming.
Oh, they didn't know what they were.
They didn't know what they were because they're all tourists,
They
you
were
know?
all from other countries, or at least other parts of our country.
Right. So a lady says to me, don't worry about the bugs. They won't bite. And I said, oh, I know. I'm very familiar with them. They're love bugs. And she says, well, maybe a certain type of love bug. And I said to Robin, how many types are there?
Yeah, she was.
I said, no, she was trying to one-up us. In other words.
And where was she
nice.
from, pray tell?
Not some place where they have love bugs. But she was obviously unfamiliar with them, except for the fact that they landed on her and she was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, look at them closely. They're hooked up. They are making love.
This is
Quite
true.
literally.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah, and they never stop.
Yes.
That's right.
That would be crazy. Can you imagine if God made us that way? Once you hook up, you're stuck.
No, that.
And usually it's the guy that's being dragged around, by the way.
That's just life.
I'm learning so
There
much
you go.
today.
Again, don't be nominated for the Supreme Court. If that happens to you.
You also encourage people to bring their lawn chairs and their blankets. You've got such wonderful grassy areas out there. That's so beautiful.
We do. And actually, people seem to know that. If you've seen the last times you've been out there, people do bring their lawn chairs. They bring umbrellas. That's welcome. You know, the sun can be really harsh, and then if it does get a drizzle, we've really had beautiful days. But if it does tend to drizzle a little bit, we have tents to run under, but it never hurts to have an umbrella.
And picnic lunches too.
Sure, you're
encourage.
welcome to do that. We do have the food trucks, as you mentioned, and we have kind of a variety. I'm trying to think. We have 4 different types of food right now that you can grab from. But if we have I'm thinking we're probably in the 2,000 people range right now. So, you know, if 2,000 people line up at the food trucks, you're going to be standing in line. So get ready for that. Or bring your own lunch. You're welcome to do that. You know, don't bring the barbecue grill. Don't bring the propane tank. But, but if it's in a picnic lunch, you can do that. As always, Sholom Park is alcohol and drug free. So don't do anything like that. And leave your pets at home. If you have any questions about the rules of Sholom Park, always visit shalompark.org. And that is SHOLOM. park.org. And of course, we could never do any of these events without our sponsors and friends and volunteers. We're very, very fortunate. Our staff is extremely small. Brian has to keep the park up right now. Your staff is how many people?
3 people.
3 people.
Gosh.
Those are the guys keeping the grass mowed and the hedges trimmed and all that kind of stuff.
They
and
are
then
working hard
and
very hot weather.
administratively, we have a volunteer board, and then myself, I'm full time, and then we have. We share our accounting staff and so forth with a couple of other groups. So we are just grateful for everything that community does for us. And we are also incredibly fortunate that you guys and different media groups, you know, give us times like this and list us in your calendars of events. You know, it's a community effort. And for that reason, we can provide these events free of charge. There's no gimmick. There's nothing at the end of the day.
No, you guys are awesome.
Well, no, we're just real fortunate to be able to provide.
Can we
it to
fly
the community.
kites at Sholom Park, or is that against the rules?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You fly kite?
Yeah.
I have seen many couples out there flying kites and
Yeah.
all the children. Absolutely.
Can you run through the list real quick of things that maybe you think are okay but aren't? Don't bring balloons.
Definitely don't
No
bring
glitter.
balloons. No silly string.
Yeah, it's just hard to clean up.
That is
Yeah.
a hard one to clean up. Glitter, especially a lot of people now are into gender reveals
Babies.
of their
Oh,
babies.
yes.
Is it a girl? Is it a boy?
Oh, okay, okay.
You had a funny look there.
I know, I did that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you meant.
Where we were going with that, but they'll put glitter in a balloon and pop the balloon, and of course, what color
Everything.
glitter falls. But
Yeah.
that does
Okay.
make quite a mess, and unfortunately, with the animals that do live at Sholom Park,
Yeah.
that
It
can be a problem. The other thing is a lot of people want to bring out remote control cars or remote control helicopters, or of course drones are a big thing right now. We don't want anything like that could, number one, cause injury to somebody, or number two, distract somebody from the purpose of the park, which is to find peace.
So are you like security guard and superintendent?
I feel like I'm a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Superintendent, security guard, chief weed puller.
I bet you they listen to you, though. I mean, you look like the kind of guy they would say, okay, sorry.
A little bit of a pushover sometimes, too.
You're a pushover.
Well, and the very important thing to remind people of is Sholom Park is privately owned and funded. It's really a gift to the community. There are no tax dollars involved with Sholom Park. So it's not, sometimes people come out and they're like, hey, these are my tax dollars. No, they're not. You are more than welcome and you're encouraged to
If
leave a
somebody says
donation.
that, they're up to no good.
Yeah.
Well, but it's really a common misconception. It really is. So.
Absolutely.
And you are handicapped accessible, like you said earlier, and you do have restroom facilities
Yes,
on
ma'am.
site.
And we do
Yes.
have wheelchairs. If you ask in advance, we do have
Yes.
wheelchairs available.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Provide those if you need help to get around.
Do you remember when I was there last time? I had a new app on my phone to tell me what the plants were called.
Yes.
Which one did you get? Because we.
Do I
We've
still
looked at
have it?
several.
I can't. Plant Snap or something? Snap Plant? It was horrible. It didn't really do the job.
We've tested several. We're working on that.
I took pictures, and then I would show them to Carol Ann on Tuesday, the gardening lady, and she said, no, that's not what that is. And she told me what it is.
When you find one that's perfect, let me know.
I
because
don't think I have it anymore. I think I got rid of it after it was not doing it because I don't see it on here.
And the most exciting thing is that everybody can release the ladybugs.
Absolutely.
That is
Absolutely.
the
That's
most
that is the
exciting
lure.
thing
I
of
think
this
so.
whole day. It's pretty amazing.
So come on out. It's free admission, free parking. The only thing you would have to pay for is if you want to get food at the food truck. Nobody will be selling anything. Mr. Chappie, with his bees, he does sell honey, but he will not be selling honey that day. But he does have local honey if you want to catch up with him later. But
Honey from right there on Sholom Park.
yes, we do have
That's
beehives there.
amazing.
Correct.
We do have.
Is that
You
right?
do have hives.
We do.
Oh.
They're located in the
It's not a
back of
good
the
thing.
park where
It's
folks
safely
are.
away from everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where folks can't go, but it is pollen from right there on the park property.
And they said that's healthy for you, right? If you use honey from where you live.
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
some
Helps with
reason.
allergies.
Summer, good to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for what you do and for coming in here. Brian, Devane, thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
So we will see you. Let's see, when is the Buggy Day?
On the 14th. We are counting down 13 days
October
from today.
14th,
Sunday.
1 till 4. Everybody go, let some bugs go and have fun.
Please join us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and invite the Beatles because it would make sense. There's only 2 of them left anyway, so they shouldn't cost that much.
We'll work on it. Wait, who let the bugs out?
I love that.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. A woman accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct in college, Deborah Ramirez, has now spoken with FBI agents. The Bureau is investigating her claim and one by a woman who says Judge Kavanaugh sexually